Alright, so I have the countershaft sprocket off. I looked around it. This is the seal right here. Not sure how well you can see that. I've had it undone for a day now, and I don't see any oil weeping out of it. But as I was down here to get the countershaft seal off, I had to remove the brace that goes right there. And in order to do that, you have to take off the slave for the clutch. And when I did that, I noticed that it was very dirty. First of all, here's the gasket for that slave cylinder thing, and you can see it's just totally destroyed. I mean, on both sides, it's super dirty, and I'm not sure how important this is, because when I took it off, no fluid came out. I think it might all be self-contained inside this right here. You can see there's like all dirt and stuff in there, so I really just gotta do a good job and clean all of that out as best as I can. I gotta clean in here too. You can see there's a little bit of dirt in there. I don't want to score that or anything like that. I don't want to deal with that, so I gotta be careful. I got dirt around here, so I'm just gonna do a really good job and just clean up as much as I can. I have a gasket coming in. It was like $1, and I got it over at Pilgrim Power Sports, and they're gonna mail it to me too, which is great, so I don't have to go all the way to Plymouth. I still have a lot of other things to do. I gotta do a full oil change. I have the full oil change kit ready to go. I just need to put it in. That's going to be after I stop the leak though, because what's the point of changing the oil, just have it leak out. Alright, today we are going to be changing the oil. I have this KTM oil change kit, which comes with the 2 screens and the 2 filters, and I will be using some Rotella T6 oil. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is remove the cap, which is on this side, so you're not going to be able to see. Alright, put that over there. The first thing we're going to do is remove this drain plug. I really can't get a good view of it. It's behind here though, and this is an expensive camera, so I don't really want to get it too close to all that oil. 13mm socket. This will drain out the oil from the bottom of the sump. Wow, that's pretty tight. Wow. I hate whoever tightened this thing. Wow, it should not be that tight. Holy hell. Alright, that was very tight. I don't like how that felt. We'll drain as much of this stuff as we can. That does not look like clean oil to me. That is very dirty, which is, I guess, okay. Dirty oil is fine. It's what you kind of expect. Well, the good news is these threads, they look fine. Now, we gotta make sure the threads in here also look fine, though. Yeah, and this is what happens when people who don't know what they're doing work on bikes. You know, it's the funny thing. The 2 most important things when working on a bike, actually 3 most important things. Number 1, and anybody can do these 3 things. You don't have to be a mechanic or anything like that. I'm certainly not one. But number 1, you want to keep your area clean. Always clean things. Just clean everything. Clean. Make sure the bike is just clean all the time, especially when you're working on it. It makes a world of difference when you're working in a nice, clean environment. The next thing is, and obviously this is even more important than cleaning, is to make sure you know what the hell you're doing. You know, get a service manual or something like that and follow that. I have a KTM service manual right here, and I've already read how to do the entire oil change. But that's the stuff you gotta do. You gotta have a guide, whether it's a YouTube video or a forum, text post, walkthrough, whatever. You gotta have some sort of guide to follow. Don't just go in blind. That's how you break things. And then the third most important thing is to stay organized, this is the hardest thing you could do. Staying organized. Having the tool that you need right there when you need it makes the job go twice as fast. Alright, we are back and all the oil is drained. I had to move the bike like back and forth like this to make sure it all got out, but it took a while, but it's out. Now we are going to hopefully remove the first screen, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about. Here we have it. It's a 8mm Allen wrench, Allen key. So we're gonna put it in just like that. Alright, not quite a hammer, but... Wait, am I on tighten? No, that's loosen. Alright, let me just double check. Yep, that's loosen. I don't like how tight everything is on this bike. Everything's very, very tight. That's not a good thing. There we go. Wow. That doesn't feel right at all. Let me get a hammer and tap that in. Just gonna tap this in as best as I can. That's what the directions say to do, which is unbelievable to me, but what do I know? Okay. Wow. So, I think I'm going to skip this one and move right along to this one, because I don't know what the F I'm doing when it comes to this bike. So we're just gonna go with it. Like, talk about, and that's a 13mm by the way. Talk about like one of the most ridiculous oil changes I've ever had to do in my life. And I don't know who did them before me, but they absolutely torqued everything so much. Here is the screen. Now you can clean this with brake cleaner. I believe my set here came with a new one, but here's the replacement one. And here, oh, that just popped right off. So I'm gonna have to make sure it goes the same way, because KTM decided to make this way harder than they needed to. They're having a million screens and a million drain plugs and a million O-rings. I don't know. My old KLR, to do the oil change, there was a drain, and then there was a friggin' one of these oil filters you popped off and put a new one on, and boom, good to go. This can go back in. So we got a filter here and a filter there. Down is loosened. Here we go. And that actually wasn't too bad. That felt right. Which probably means nobody friggin' changed it. So we got these two 8mm, and this thing should just pop right off. And it did. That O-ring is now off. Here we go. See how that worked? Those pliers are an awesome tool to have. Take a look at this. Whoa, that's a lot of oil. So, I don't know if you can see, but I'm just kind of inspecting it. Here's the old one. Here's the new one. So we got a brand new rag right here, and we're just gonna totally destroy it by shoving it in there and cleaning all that off. So that'll go right in like that. Boom. Go right inside here. Oh, we have our O-ring in there. Luckily I have this. Help reinforce that idea that it really shouldn't be that tight. I'm gonna hold this wrench right here. Okay. Now we have another filter, which is right here, right there. 8mm, 8mm, and it'll pop right off. You're not going to get a good view of it, I'm sorry. Alright guys, so we finally got Autumn back. Long story short, I was doing an oil change, and one of the bolts for the oil drain screw was so tightly torqued that they torqued it so much that they actually rounded the inside of it. See, the old one, it used one of these bits, an Allen head, and I don't have the old one anymore, but it was a crappy bolt. And what I ended up doing was I ended up buying a new one because I drained the oil first. I remember thinking like, wow, this is really tight. Like, they torqued it way too much. I'm very happy that they didn't actually destroy the threads or snap the bolt off inside, because it felt like it was really close. It took a lot of pressure to take the drain bolt off. Here's the thing, public service announcement. When you're working on spark plugs, oil, filters, anything with the engine, get the freaking torque specifications. Get them. And just get a torque wrench and torque it. And if you don't know, for drain bolts and things like that, just get them hand tightened all the way, put a wrench on it, and turn it half a turn. That's all you need to do, and then stop. And maybe not even half a turn, maybe a quarter turn. Worst case scenario, if it's too loose, oil will start leaking out, and you'll see it leaking out, and it won't be a big deal. It'll suck, but it'll be not a big deal. The other scenario, you over tighten it, and then you end up dealing with what I had to deal with. This oil change, luckily the previous owner bought me an oil change kit. He never took it out of the box, but I had an oil change kit, and that's a $50 kit that I got for free. But I had to bring this bike to Pilgrim Power Sports, and they charged me $185 to get that bolt out. And I mean, the bike was gone for 4 weeks. I didn't have the bike, and it kind of, I mean, luckily it's wintertime. It's not like I was riding it anyway, but I have a lot I want to do to the bike. I want to put supermoto wheels on it. I want to do all kinds of stuff, and that really put a damper on all of that. So I got an updated drain bolt, and the updated drain bolt is it's like a hex head, a 13 millimeter, not hex, but it's a 13 millimeter like socket they can put on it and just loosen it off normally. And it's so much better. It won't do that again though. I will not let that happen again. I tightened that bolt up and I did it right. I didn't friggin' do anything stupid like the other owner did. Okay, this is the STR aftermarket stainless steel bolt. Comes with the O-ring. And here's the updated KTM one. You can see pretty much the same. This one's a little bit longer. Probably so you can get more of a socket on it. This one kind of has a nut and the hex in the middle, but I'm going to still use the stainless steel one. It's probably a better bolt. Both of these bolts do use a 13 millimeter wrench. Well guys, I know I really wanted to get more done this episode, but I'm really running out of time here. Next episode though, I will definitely finish the air filter and cleaning the bike, and possibly the spark plug and a few other additional things. But the oil change thing really set me back. I wasn't expecting that at all. So sorry about that guys. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Take care, and bye-bye.